New music again. Wrong music,
No,
Christopher.
wrong. Shoot.
Bang.
Bang. This is so ominous.
It's called Captain Panic in Systec.
Wow. That's
So we
very
should be
ominous.
panicking right now?
I don't
So
know.
where do you find that internet
Should be
meme
called
right now?
Always
Captain-
panicking.
There's
should
an
be
internet
called
meme right
Captain
now that's got
Depression.
the most ominous things ever based on your hair color and stuff.
It's in a list of sci-fi ambient music, so
All right.
there we go.
Greetings, everybody.
It's monkey
Hello.
business.
It's monkey business. It is your day. It is our day. It is Wednesday. Typically, it's Wednesday. Or you could be listening to this onto a Thursday, maybe a Friday afternoon with a wasting
Nice
away in
cocktail.
Margaritaville,
Or a week from Monday.
or a week from Monday.
Is that another song?
I don't know.
Rob, do you like pina coladas
Getting
Yes,
caught
and-
in the rain?
and getting caught in the rain? No, I hate being caught in the rain.
I
Like,
prefer
that happened to
long
me
walks
last
on
week
the
a lot,
beach.
way too
Yeah.
often in my job. So as always, I'm your host. This is Chris. With me, as always, the ever-present Tanya and Billy.
Hi.
Hello.
And off to my left, the murderer's row, my baby bouncing boy Ian.
Hello.
He's here. Becca, the
Yep.
intern. Becca.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there it is. Zach and Rob are also in the house today.
Greetings.
Hi.
Hello.
At least I didn't get a wave from Rob today,
Yeah.
like a couple of weeks ago
Well, you
when I
can't
was
see
hosting.
You
All
can't
right.
see a wave on
Let's get
No,
started
you
right off the
can't.
bat. Let's get started right off the bat. Were you guys aware of the fact that NASA has a job opening
Woohoo!
to protect the Earth from aliens, and it's a 6-figure salary?
I'm in.
I'm totally in.
What are the
Six
requirements?
figures?
I
Like-
didn't, you know what? The article does not post requirements, but I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be a blue box involved somewhere along the line.
Hold on, let me search.
Have to believe in aliens as
You have to do the search. I'm reading the article right now. It's if you're looking for a job that's out of this world, there's a position that just opened at NASA to fight aliens.
Fight aliens?
Now, strangely enough, what they're not telling you is Donald Trump has hired NASA to build
I
the
was gonna
wall
say,
There it
between
is.
here
Is
and
this
Mexico.
Oh, here it is.
extraterrestrial aliens or illegal aliens?
I don't know
Good.
which I'm pretty sure one person will think one way and the other person. But
Okay,
but
I have it.
Rob, you got to start.
Planetary Protection Officer with a salary of up to $180,000.
Damn.
The key word is up.
But even if
Yeah.
I got a salary of $20 for being the planetary protector,
The
it'd be
job
worth
was-
it
Seriously,
just
that's
to put
a-
on my resume.
I want to put that on my resume just for a day. It'd be awesome.
The job was created after the signing of the Outer Space Treaty of 1967,
Oh, okay.
50 years ago.
When they were worried about commies in space.
Planetary
What?
protection officers are tasked with making sure humans don't contaminate planets, moons, and other objects in space.
All right, so there's definitely some real science behind that. Then you're making sure that a planetary protection officer, you're looking at if you're sending like a space probe to Europa.
Yeah. And they're also
You know,
supposed to
something like
help
that.
prevent any alien microbes from spreading to Earth. So I'm thinking you're going to have to be like a scientist also.
It
type
almost
thing.
it sounds almost like at this point it takes the fun out of the job, and it's going to be an interstellar janitor. You're making sure that everything is you're working the intergalactic clean room.
It's
then-
a
but then you could
six-figure
poss-
salary from $124,000 to $187,000 a year plus benefits.
How do you get canned from that job too?
But then you can actually
Aliens
legitimately
land and kill us.
Yeah, see that would that's
Then-
kind of a lose-lose
Then you can
situation.
use the
Life
line,
comes to
back off, man,
reality.
we're scientists.
There you go. That's it.
But
That's
if Galactus
awesome.
comes, we're doomed anyway, so what's the point?
There you go.
There is actually
go.
someone that's actually in that job. It says this new job.
We have a
ad-
planetary protection officer.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
shake that
according
guy's
to
hand.
Catherine Conley, NASA's only planetary protection officer since
that lady's
2014.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is. It is a woman. It says the new job is an ad as a result of relocating the position I currently hold to the Office of Safety and Mission Assurance, which is an independent technical authority within NASA.
Okay.
So she's held this position for at least 3 years, but she didn't say if she was going to reapply for it.
We have not been killed in an alien assault, so this Miss Connolly, she's badass. All right,
Yeah.
she's like
I'd
my
say
new
she's
freaking
doing
hero.
a great job.
She's doing a fantastic job, and so our we salute. What's her name? Catherine Conley.
Catherine Conley.
Catherine Connolly, the Mighty Monkey Crew salutes you, young lady. You are awesome, and you're worth every freaking penny. And here's to you. I'm
Woo!
raising
Cheers.
Mazel tov.
I wonder if she made up to $180,000.
I'm not sure. Doesn't say what
When
her salary is.
dealing with the atmospheric ceiling, does she have to hit the glass ceiling? Is what you're wondering? I think.
Yes.
Is she making as much money as other planetary protection officers?
Exactly.
I would hope so because
Because
you know
she's the only
seriously.
one.
If
Well,
she
there's
reti-
only
wait.
two positions, one for NASA and the other one at the European Space Agency.
Oh, of course, because ESA is always a
I
copycat.
wonder what the retirement money is going to
I was
look
going
like.
to say, what are the benefits?
Is there definitely like a retirement system?
Now I want to know.
New York?
And do other planets have them to protect them from Earth?
There you go. That's one of the questions I was going to ask. But also, if we're going to protect other planets from microbial life, so basically what they're trying to do is make sure that you're ensuring the sterility of probes that are leaving. So if, like, a lander is going to, as I previously mentioned, the moon of Europa, which is commonly said it's got oceans and whatnot on it. It orbits Jupiter or Saturn? I don't remember. Anyway, Jupiter. All right. So does she have to go on location to check to see if these things are actually not contaminating the
Wait, there's more.
Seriously.
There's more.
Oh, wait, there's more.
This is why NASA's planetary protection officer occasionally gets to travel to space centers around the world and analyze planet-bound robots. This officer helps ensure we don't accidentally contaminate a pristine world with a probe landing on, or more often, is zooming by and photographing.
Well, that's cool, and that's all well and good, and she gets to see some great stuff, but I want to know if she's going on location.
I don't think she goes on location. She goes to the different places.
I think
they're going to via Skype to Europa.
Yeah, seriously, you're going to have to send her ass out there, I think. Wow. We'll have to see how that works
so
out.
You can protect people from aliens and play with robots.
Yeah.
And get paid.
I want in on this job. This is awesome. This sounds great.
It's awesome until you hear this is not SETI Alpha 6.
I have a feeling that you need to have...
This is SETI Alpha 5.
I have a feeling you have to have a good high-degree doctorate or whatever in science or something.
Don't ruin that.
I have an imagination. That's good enough.
Seriously.
It's all fun and games to get stuck on Pluto.
There you go.
Hey, that's not a planet anymore.
At least you didn't say the obvious one. At least it's all fun and games until you get stuck to somebody's Uranus anyway.
Okay, are we done talking about NASA?
Sure, we can be done talking about NASA. I mean, I love talking about NASA. There's a couple of great web series out on YouTube. People doing chats about space program, vintage space and current space programs. But anyway, do your reading, do your research, and you too can be the defender of Earth.
Oh, wait.
And you're
watch out for Klingons.
And you'll be singing Neptune.
Who qualifies as a candidate? That's what I was looking for.
Oh, do we have qualifications?
Yes.
There we go.
A candidate must have at least 1 year of experience as a top-level civilian government employee.
I'm not a top level, but I'm pretty good.
Are you a civilian government employee?
I'm a civilian government employee, yes.
Do you have at least 1 year experience?
I have almost 8 years of experience being a civilian government employee.
However, do you have advanced knowledge of planetary protection and all it entails?
He's watched more science fiction than anyone I know.
I was going to say I watched all the seasons of Doctor Who. Does that count?
That takes care of that.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
read all the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
There it is.
Not
there it
even
is.
just planets, but of times.
Of time and space.
Oh, you know what? I think this is going to get you.
Tell me.
The advanced degree in physical science, engineering, or mathematics.
I have a master's in chemistry.
He can add 1 plus
Doesn't
1.
count.
Do you have a master's in chemistry?
No, but you bought it for a second there.
Wait a second.
You stopped for a
don't
second.
have a master's degree.
You're like,
you have
wait
a
a second.
bachelor's degree. I'm like,
I have a bachelor's degree in political science and English.
yeah, well, you're not part of the science.
Darn
was
it.
Political. This is supposed to be physical science.
I know.
I took an astronomy class once.
I did. Me too.
I took 3 of them.
Yeah. My senior year of college, I had to take a
you had
physics
me
class.
Believing that
right?
for just a second.
I ended
so
up taking an
deadpan.
astronomy class that was called the Cosmic Onion. It was dealing with subatomic
However,
particles.
I think you
I
can
took
do
one.
a lot of the international coordination.
I could do international coordination.
Space exploration is
I
expensive,
can
and the
coordinate-
costs are frequently shared by multiple nations. So
I can coordinate the hell out of
NASA needs
nations.
someone with demonstrated skills in diplomacy.
Oh, boy.
I get you guys to the table, don't I?
So you'll protect us from aliens, but start World War III.
It's possible.
That resulted in win-win solutions during extremely difficult and complex multilateral discussions.
Hey, you give me a couple of good interpreters, I can be diplomatic as all hell.
Yes, you can. The job comes with secret security clearance.
I'm charming.
And non-citizens aren't technically eligible thanks to an executive order signed by President Gerald Ford in 1976.
So aliens are not eligible to protect us
Yes.
from aliens.
NASA is accepting
right.
applications at the usajobs.gov from July 13th to August 14th. So,
You have,
anyone listening, if we have
as
this
of this
up
recording,
before August 14th,
you won't.
can.
I'm going home and doing that today.
Yeah, seriously, this will be going up in September, I think. So
Oh, I'm sorry for those that are listening to this.
you missed your
after.
chance, but hopefully you had an opportunity to.
So
I want to
it-
get an interview for that. That would be
all this
freaking awesome.
information comes from BusinessInsider.com and whatever Chris was looking at earlier.
I think it was the same article, really.
Was it?
Yeah. So here we are. We're deep into the summer, and
Yes, we are.
we've gone. That's our openers. We talked about NASA and the ability to protect the Earth from aliens, but now we're going to talk about
But
sci-fi.
wasn't there a
and
movie
stuff.
about aliens?
Oh, there's always a
that
movie
came out
about
this
aliens.
summer? I think Billy saw it.
There was always a movie about aliens.
There's
Did you
lots
see?
of movies about aliens.
Oh, the new Alien.
What have
movie?
we seen so far this summer?
Covenant was the
What have we
one.
seen so far? I finally saw Spider-Man yesterday, and I've seen Wonder Woman.
Actually, I saw Spider-Man yesterday too.
That was awesome.
You guys might have been in the
I-
same theater without realizing it.
No,
No,
I watch it at home thanks to the magic of the Android box.
There you go. Shh. Be very, very quiet. The FBI is listening. No, they aren't. Nobody's
Zach.
listening.
Let's see.
But
I saw a black Ford outside by my car.
so yeah, we've
they
seen.
found you.
How many of us have seen Spider-Man so far?
Heck
Saw
yeah.
it.
Okay, so we all seen it. We all loved it.
I loved
Oh
it.
yeah.
I like it.
yeah.
Best Peter Parker on film ever.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know,
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
No? Ian is saying no. Ian, why?
Ian's fired.
If you say Andrew Garfield, you're out
No,
of
if he
here.
says Tobey Maguire.
no, well, who did you like Spider-Man? Who did you like better?
I have no clue what the names are, but the first one.
Tobey Maguire?
Maguire.
Yes.
Nicholas
Tobey
Hammond
Maguire.
from the 1978 TV show.
That was well before his time.
that was my time. I was 8 when that came out. Anyway,
No, the first movie
uh-huh.
actor,
The very first movie actor, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
You liked him better than you liked
Yes,
Tom
I
Holland.
did.
Except he was a 30-year-old playing 16.
So what?
All right, that's fine. That's
That's-
fine. He's entitled to his opinions,
Okay.
no matter how we disagree with it.
There you go.
Now,
He was good, though.
He
was.
on a
Like him.
podcast
Yeah.
talking about sci-fi.
Yeah.
there you go. All right, so we watched and we enjoyed the movie Spider-Man.
Yes.
It felt it really kind of had the
I liked
the
it, and
proper
I
vibe.
was going to say I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan,
Uh-huh.
but this is the one that kind of drew me in, liking it and things like that, because it led me more back towards the cartoon that was on Saturday mornings.
The Fox
It-
one
it-
from the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
That
ju-
was a great show.
and I mean that was the thing with like Aunt May and whatever
Right.
and type thing, and it just. Oops, my phone.
It's an
keeps-
excellent movie.
Yeah,
It was good.
it was really good.
The dynamics between the various characters. I loved the vibe
the
between
sidekick.
Peter and Ned. You know, the heavyset sidekick.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm the guy in the chair. I'm the
Great,
guy in the chair.
great to see Michael Keaton doing Michael Keaton things again.
Yes.
Yeah, I was so shocked to see him in there. I'm just like, I was like 15 minutes into the movie watching him, and I'm like, tapped my friend Sean. I'm like, is that Michael Keaton? He goes, yeah, it is.
And isn't it ironic? It's coming
Birdman
off
Part 2.
Yeah, Birdman.
Yeah, seriously, he goes from Birdman to
Well,
Vulture.
it goes from Batman to Birdman to the
Birdman
Vulture.
the Vulture.
And it was, I think it was a really well developed character, and that's what I like about the Marvel universe is the villains are not, you know, twirling the mustache, haha, laughing maniacally, and being very shallow, and I'm just going to blow up the world. They have reasons, they have approach, they have humor and depth, and there's a humanity to them, like Loki, for instance. I think the
I
reason
love
that
Loki.
I mean Tom Hiddleston, good looking fella, great actor. But I tell you what sold the part for Loki for me was when he's at the end of Avengers and he's got his ass kicked and he's just sitting there and he looks up at them. He looks up at him and goes, "If it's all the same to you, I'll have that drink now." Right? And it's just the way he delivers the line. It's like there's a humanity to this character.
With Loki and with the Vulture, you could almost do a Wicked style of thing with them where
Yes.
you can rewrite the story from their point of view.
Yes.
I think that would be
That he was wronged. He was adopted, and he was left, and things like that. So
And I was very tired of Loki in the comic. I was just bored of him. Tom Hiddleston recharged
Oh.
it for me. I love
Yes,
him. He's
absolutely.
you know.
He got into it and he developed it and he had that.
I am a god.
felt the smart guy with the
Puny
the
god.
smart guy with the big dummy brother going, "Oh, he's always did likes him best. I'm
Yeah.
smarter."
Right. You know, so there's depth to these characters. It's not just the heroes. It's not just even the supporting characters have a depth and have a purpose and have a reality to them. The villains have too, and I think that's what Marvel has really done an excellent job of overall.
Agreed.
So here we are. We're watching the Web Slinger in action. The Tony Stark influence. I'm like, okay, I get it. It connects it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm hearing rumors that in essence, as Robert Downey Jr. is getting ready to step down, that they're going to focus like Phase 4, 5, 6 around Spider-Man. So you're going to see Tom Holland's Peter Parker step up and be the whiz genius, kind of like holding things together, the heart and soul of things.
And I've heard Doctor Strange is sort of going to take that mentor role in the
Yeah.
next line that he's going to be, you know.
Right.
The
so,
only thing
go
I
ahead.
could say is the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie made me sick.
Why?
The first person perspective of the camera
the-
bouncing all
it's
over
like
the
that
place.
found
Were you
footage
being
stuff that I'm just-
sensitive, Tanya?
I was.
I thought it was a nice way to connect.
It
the
did. It was
two
nice to connect
movies.
it, but I'm like sitting there going, "Oh, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick just because of all the bounciness of the first person cameras." Like, whatever. So
Okay.
it was a nice tie-in, though. I
But I
love that
think
part.
maybe some people disagree, but I think most people who are big Spider-Man fans, I'm really not, but I know comics a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They really prefer Spider-Man in high school.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's why
I
Ultimate
think that's
Spider-Man
why-
was such a big hit, because the writers grew up, they wanted the character to move on, but people just, I like him in high school.
Right.
Right.
And
Because
if Archie can be in high school 50 years, why not Peter Parker?
Well, and I think they wanted to show some evolution of the character. When I first started collecting comic books, it was 1988, and my first title, Amazing Spider-Man. The oldest comic book I have is Amazing Spider-Man 282, 281, something like that. And so I'm watching this unfold. And then he's getting into his relationship with Mary Jane. He's graduated from college. He's trying to figure out his life and all that stuff. So and I could identify because I was in college at the time, and so I get that. But it's also, you see Spider-Man in his more pure form when he's the high school kid. He thinks he knows everything and he has to get taught
Just
a
like
lesson every
all
so
high
often.
schoolers.
Yeah, just like all high schoolers, he's get taught a lesson every so
right,
often.
Becca?
Becca is
not
not the
saying
Spider-Man though. That's the
Don't
thing.
even look at me.
No, trust me, I'm not. But I can smell you from here. Anyway,
He was in the pool yesterday. He's somewhat clean.
he's got chlorine. Anyway, so what else did we like about this movie? What are the ups and the downs
Actually,
of
I
it?
wanted the casting of Marissa Tomei.
As Aunt May?
I know in reading up on it, a lot of people were not very happy with it.
Well, Aunt May, the iconic character, you think of the not so much withered old lady, but
But
the older
cartoon, the
older lady, the white hair. Those are the iconic
Right.
trademarks. To have Marissa Tomei, who at what 50 something, 50,
53.
53,
yes.
is still stunning. All
and
right.
she even offered, from what I understand, to
go gray.
go
or,
under the old age makeup, but they said no, we're not going to. And I think it was a good choice.
I do, too.
because of how she built the character up,
Exactly.
the relationship she had
Seeing
with
it
them.
in the context of the
Yes.
rest of the movie.
And you think, going back into the cartoons 20 plus years ago, we thought people in their 50s were considered old.
Right.
And so,
Right.
therefore, they had that more gray, whatever. And now people in their 50s, it's still, even if they're in their 50s, it's like the new 30. That
And-
they're still very young and things like that.
And I
I'm
don't
like,
think in the comics they ever specified how
how
old
old she was.
No, they never really did.
So she could have very well been 55, 60 years
Right,
old.
and it
and
was just
looked
that
old
the
because that's how we.
personification
Yeah.
at that point, because that was our perception.
But also, it's a reflection of our society these days that an older aunt, an older adult figure is going to look that good because they're going to take care of themselves. They're also
Right. Times have changed.
times have
I was
changed.
saying,
And I thought that in the context of the movie, especially,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good plus. I love Marissa Tomei.
Oh, yeah.
she's a great actress.
Absolutely, and a stunning woman, just an absolutely
Absolutely.
wonderful woman. So, and it's funny for me because we grew up in the 70s and 80s, so we know how celebrities interacted with each other. Were you guys aware of the fact that Robert Downey Jr. and Marissa Tomei actually dated for a little while in the 80s?
I heard that.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
in that movie together. I can't think of the
I can't remember the name of it either,
Remember,
but they
it's
were-
like the fountain. There was like a fountain.
Yeah. And so the chemistry between the two of them is for a reason. They've been friends for a very long time. They were closer than that for a while.
Yeah.
And to have Tony throw away those kind of flirtatious over the top lines, it's hilarious when you kind of put it in that context. So we liked Spider-Man. Everybody's thumbs up on Spider-Man
Yeah.
on a scale of
Yes.
on a scale of 1 to 10. Are we going as high as 9, 10 on this one?
9.
Ian's throwing in a 9.
I would
I go 8.
I'd go
I'd go 8.
7 or 8.
Okay, a
just
couple
'cause
7, 8s.
I'm not a
7.5.
huge Spider-Man.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going 8.
I'm
gonna go
7.5, so they work harder on the sequel.
There you go. There you go.
The movie that they were in together was Only You in 1994.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
good
I remember
movie.
That. That was a good
God,
movie.
that's
I don't think I've seen it.
I'm going to throw in the 8, and I think I would have gone 9 if there was just a smidge less Iron Man Deus Ex Machina. Because they brought in Iron Man on a couple of occasions, and I think it would have been better if Peter was just let to figure it out, because he is a smart kid. He's a resourceful kid. He's from Queens, for God's sake. So I would have gone 9 with a little bit less Iron Man, but definitely a solid. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
Maybe they pushed it a little like that too, so they didn't have to do the whole origin. Oh, I was bit by a spider, learn the ropes.
Yeah.
They could just get the
That's the
was
part I liked the
really
best is
nice.
there was not an origin story.
Yeah.
I mean, and they might get into it in future movies. They hinted at it a couple of times, but everybody knows Spider-Man.
Right.
When you go to the
They
movies,
went to a science and
Yeah,
got bit
when you
by
go
a
to-
radioactive
yes.
spider. Yes.
when you're dealing with Spider-Man, everybody in the know is in the know. They get it. You don't need to have it explained to them, and that kind of addresses something that I was really starting to get irritated with, is that we were concentrating so much on these origin stories. Like,
I watched Man of Steel again recently. Anybody who watches this knows you don't have to go the half hour and a half. We know where you're from, Clark.
Exactly. Seriously.
Yeah.
Let's start jumping into things. If Marvel is able to get its hands on the Fantastic Four once and for all, and
would
do
be
it
good to see
justice,
a good movie
please,
from
for
them.
the God on high, please just ignore the whole cosmic event. We get it. All right, let's jump into this damn story. We all know where it all starts
That's actually
from.
a movie I like to write because I think I could do better than what's come out. I would set it in the 60s, make it like fun Cold War, monsters, Mole Man, have Doom in the second one.
I'm telling you, I think a barrel of snakes could probably type out a better script than what's been coming out for the Fantastic Four as of late. Go
And
ahead, Billy.
you can do origin movies or origin stories really, really quickly. And I always use Pacific Rim. Strangely enough,
yeah.
And
The voiceover.
a bunch of in the first 5 minutes. Here's news footage of monsters attacking. Stories of how they built these robots. Go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That's a great way to look
Rotten
at it.
Tomatoes gave Spider-Man: Homecoming 92%.
That is awesome.
That's pretty.
Heck
That's
yeah.
good.
Their
That
average
is it.
rating is 7.6 out of 10.
Yes.
So,
So they're right on line with
Proud of
us.
me.
Yeah, right.
Right in line with us. All right. I will tap the other movie that I have seen recently, and then we can go into some of the movies you guys have seen. I finally have seen Wonder Woman.
woohoo!
Yay.
And I know that's a controversy on our panel because Dolly, who's not with us today, is dead set on never watching this movie. I think she's doing herself a disservice.
Yeah.
I get her. I
That's
understand her
opinion,
reasonings.
her reasons.
I
and-
understand her reasoning. I don't agree with it, but that's fine. That she's entitled to have her reasons. I think it was a really good movie. It was a solid movie. It was definitely more. There were some more lighter tones to it. There was a little bit more hope, a little more uplift than usual. But there was still the same. It still succumbed to the DCEU's need to be darker and edgier and grumpy. There was still some down notes on it, especially towards the end. It was very almost like a Pyrrhic victory at the end, and I felt that it's just the DCU is so interested in having these grounded, gritty, reality feeling kind of movies that they're forgetting how hopeful and joyous and how fun they are. I mean, my wife Erica was talking about this earlier today. How on TV they get it right. On TV, they're not afraid to go tongue in cheek, and they're not afraid to crack the joke, and they're not afraid to be a little lighthearted and pick
and
on
TV
themselves.
shows like The Flash and Supergirl.
I'm telling you, those are great. Those are great TV series. I think Supergirl has been wonderfully made. Flash is an amazing character, and it's a great TV show. Even in Arrow, which is supposed to be like
a little darker, but
it's supposed to
there's
be a little
still
darker.
fun to it.
They still have these moments, and a lot of it is because of Felicity. I get it, and there's they bring in supporting characters for the comic relief and whatnot, but. I think with the TV series, they've done a great job in DC of showing you the balance between gritty and hard and serious and life threatening but also the upbeat and the joy and the reason you do these things. Where in the movies, it has just been. You need Xanax to watch these movies.
I mean, one of my favorite Batman probably the last 20 years, Batman the Animated Series
Yes.
by Paul Dini, because Batman wasn't a maniac. He was a guy whose parents were murdered. He wanted to prevent it. He fought crime. It was fun. It wasn't like gloom and doom and.
But Wonder Woman. With that being said, Wonder Woman was still better than.
Oh yeah, by far the
two
best DC
Superman
movie out there
movies.
yet. Yeah, by far the best DC movie out there. And I do give Gal Gadot a lot of credit. She carried that movie really well. She has a great presence and almost like a level of serenity to her. She's there's a calm to her, but also that you see. The youth, almost like a teenager's naivete
Yes.
about it. She's just coming out into the world the
She was
first time.
Daryl Hannah in Splash.
Yes,
She
yes.
was so
yes.
literal
yes.
that if she took out that god, or she took out
that was her
this,
focus.
that-
Then everything should be good.
everything
Yes,
would miraculously
If I
just
defeat Ares, everything will be good again.
right. And then realizing
And then
that
reality
the world doesn't
sunk in.
necessarily work that way
Yep.
because she'd led such a sheltered life. So
but I'll tell you that the little girl who played the youngest version of Diana in the early scenes of the movie, she was a little stinker. I was having so much fun watching her. She had that grin on her face. I'm like, this girl is stealing the movie already. It's like this is a great character already, and it's not even Gal Gadot playing it yet. So those are the two movies I've seen recently, and I know there's a bunch of them out there yet that have been out most of the summer or are just coming out now, and I've been wanting to see them. Valerian. Who's seen Valerian? Billy's seen
Billy.
Valerian.
I've seen it.
You've
As
seen it?
as a Luc Besson fan, all right, as Fifth Element, I've often talked about as one of my favorite movies of all time. I acknowledge the fact that these movies are not ever going to be really truly critically acclaimed, and they're not going to be big box office smashes. So the initial reviews basically killing it don't dissuade me from wanting to watch this movie. But you have seen it, and you and I kind of think alike a lot of the time. So tell me a little bit more about it.
Now, just a little story about. I talked about this on the radio this morning.
Go ahead.
I was a criminal yesterday. I
Were
knowingly
you?
broke the law.
Oh, Billy!
I went to go see Planet of the Apes, the new War for the Planet of the Apes, and then hid in the bathroom for about 15 minutes, and then went into the theater to see the next one.
Oh my god.
That way, I didn't have to pay $10 or whatever. I mean,
Where did you see it?
Greece.
And you're
Greece.
admitting this? They
Yes.
could come for you.
Oh wow! Stop charging me $8 for a Coke.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Valerian, I thought was fun. You know, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't familiar with the books, the comic books, and it was big, goofy fun. I like to say it's the prettiest video game / amusement park ride I've seen yet.
Okay,
Too long, as far as I'm concerned.
they could have gotten to the
And-
point.
Yeah, and hated the two leads.
Really?
The two leads they wanted to give them like a chemistry like Sam and Diane on Cheers.
Okay.
Or David and Maddie on Moonlighting.
So
or
there was, like,
to be-
tension.
They're supposed to be like this bickering but loving. Do they care about it? Shut up! I hate
was that
both
bad,
of
was
you.
it?
You know,
I
my-
hate
Really, don't
both
sugarcoat.
of you.
My
Now,
parents
was it-
saw
How do you
And-
really
hang on,
feel?
hang on.
And you're
Everybody
both,
not at once.
And you're both too pretty to have the jobs. You're like, what, 19 and you're a major in this? Shut up.
That was one thing my parents went and saw it a couple
Okay.
weeks ago, or whenever it came out, and she's not a huge sci-fi fan, but my dad likes it, so they just go to the movies because they're retired and they go and see everything. She thought that the main male lead was just way too young to have. She's
and
like,
he's awful.
she's like, and so that was her complaint. She's like, yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
Do we have the actor's name? I've seen him once. I saw him.
Dane something.
Dehan.
Okay. The only time I've ever seen him was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield when he plays Harry Osborn. When eventually,
Oh, is that okay?
That's
that makes
it.
sense, I
Okay.
guess.
and eventually becomes Green Goblin in
Is
that
it a
movie.
Cure for Wellness too?
Oh, is he? I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's right. he
And
was.
can I say, you know, a movie's in sort of trouble when the best performance is Rihanna?
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
As the shape-shifting dancer?
Yes.
The Bubbles is what they call her? Is that her name?
That
But
reminds me of
that's-
one of my favorite reviews for the movie Snow Dancing. What can you say
Bubble.
about a movie that Chevy Chase is the best stuff in?
Well, for this, I might wait
But
till
with that
one
being
comes on
said,
HBO.
it was fun, and I don't regret my time.
It's fun,
watching
but it's
it,
not.
yeah.
I mean, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 51%.
It made me laugh. It was really light and fun, and some
had its
decent
moments.
jokes, and
All
and
right.
action and
So-
stuff.
so it's, you wait
So
for it
I'll
to come
probably
on
like it.
Netflix.
I think I'm going to wait for that one to come on HBO.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
And then,
I mean, I'm gonna-
but then we have to. You have to do it right because I heard a rumor today. Somebody was talking about it, and apparently there's a lot of nods to The Fifth Element in it.
See, as someone who
Have you
and
seen Fifth Element?
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Multipass.
Leonardo
So
Dennis,
what I'm going to do
multitask.
though is I'm going to make sure that I watch Fifth Element before I go to see the Valerian, and so if there are nods, I'll pick up on them. So
You have to watch Fifth Element.
Plus, any
I do.
excuse to rewatch
Yes.
Fifth Element is a good thing.
absolutely.
Do you need an excuse to rewatch it?
Not really. Well,
Okay.
I get up off the couch and go get it off the DVD shelf.
There
oh,
it is.
okay.
there it
But
is.
not
Do
really.
Xboxes play DVDs?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Because our
think.
Xbox, our
And
DVD,
Blu-rays.
and our DVD player doesn't really
I know
work very well.
PS4s do.
Yeah, they have software for. What do you have? The 360 or the one?
360.
Yeah.
And a 1.
Yeah, there's software. It's like Xbox DVD or something.
Oh, okay.
The DVD players are cheap. Mine just die, and I
Well,
panic.
we
in order
have
to
it,
order
and we're trying to connect it in, and it's just something wasn't working very well on our downstairs TV.
Yeah.
Something
But
we
yeah,
need
it
to
should
look
play
at.
it.
Okay.
Perfect.
And War for the Planet of the Apes, excellent movie.
You know,
I
I just
definitely
there's
wanted to
just
see
been
it.
way too many of those movies made that I can't do it.
The acting is fantastic. Andy
I can't do
Serkis should win an Oscar.
We've talked about
swear
him.
these apes are real. You swear to God that they found talking monkeys.
We've talked about Andy Serkis and how he is the master of motion capture acting, and how he's able to bring very different characters with different voices to life through his skills, and how this man's just absolutely amazing at what he does. So I probably will catch up with those Planet of the Apes movies just to see how they unfold. I mean, I've not watched any of them, but not since Mark Wahlberg.
I was a little hesitant after the Mark Wahlberg incident to watch the new ones. But I've really
I watched the
enjoyed-
originals with Charlton Heston and Damn Dirty Apes. You know,
The TV show. Remember the TV show?
Oh, I like the
vaguely,
TV show, yeah.
vaguely, I remember
But
the TV show.
The new batch they've been doing the past few years, I've really enjoyed.
Okay, very good. So definitely a.
But with that being said, my
thumbs
favorite
up.
movie this summer is Guardians of the
Yes.
Galaxy 2.
So far, so good, man.
I like
I'm
Baby
telling you.
Groot. I want
Yeah.
a Baby Groot.
I gotta go see that.
You haven't seen it?
No, not yet.
Oh dear.
Saw Dunkirk.
Yeah, what'd you think of that
Yes.
one?
That was great.
Oh,
And
Dunkirk is beautiful.
You can count it as sci-fi, meaning a war that was actually there was a reason to fight.
Honestly, and a lot of people, including one of my close friends, went and saw it. She said it was the best war movie she'd ever seen.
Okay.
A lot of critics felt the same way. After watching it, I would definitely put it in my top 3.
What are some of your other top 3s, just so I have
Well, for me,
balance on that?
Thin Red Line,
Okay.
I was a big fan of.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Saving Private Ryan. But I like to spread it around, like Glory, the
Okay.
Civil War movie. with
Absolutely. That was a
Morgan
great
Freeman.
movie.
A great movie.
Patton, for me, is also
Patton.
definitely one that I enjoyed watching
yeah.
on several occasions.
Or 1.
What's that?
Big Red 1.
Yeah,
The big red one.
The extended version's even better of that.
All right, so Dunkirk is definitely worth watching if you're into that sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
Go ahead.
I've seen Pirates, Dead Men Tell No Tales this summer, and
How
I've
was
also,
it? I mean, it's Johnny Depp
another
doing Johnny Depp
yeah,
again.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, as I saw it back in May, so we say summer, and it's like what now, August, and
It's still technically summer.
Yeah.
yeah, technically. So I mean, it was good. I do like the ending where
Don't say I didn't see it. Don't go. No spoilers.
it takes
Becca?
back to a nod.
Stop.
No, it takes back to a nod from one of the first movies.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of like wraps everything back in.
Nice.
So
All right.
that's
Very
it.
cool.
And I've seen Despicable Me 3, which was fun.
Oh, I want to see that.
That was
I
a
love the
fun
first
movie.
two.
That was like one of
I've
the
only
ones
seen
that-
the first one, but the
can't.
first one made me laugh.
Minions. Come on, Becca. Minions.
I actually
Minions
just
are a
watched.
plague upon this earth.
Oh no!
And it's funny. I think me and Becca may be like soulmate. I can't watch Minions. I
it
won't
the-
see Despicable Me.
Is it the
because it has
silliness of
Minions.
it, or is it what's wrong with the minions that make them so?
It's just
But
they're not characters. They're carbon copies of the exact same thing. It's,
but
Like every Hollywood
it's like,
movie today.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What was it?
There's this guy on YouTube who does like a perfect explanation, breaking it down of why they're trash.
It's like the Minions are like from Multiplicity with Michael Keaton.
Oh,
Throwback.
Where it keeps going stupid or
That's
stupid or
funny.
whatever. But no, at least this one, the Minions aren't
like pizza.
necessarily
I like it a lot.
are like the forefront
Shit, that's my
focus
puppy, Steve.
because they ended up get like sent to jail. So they're like imprisoned for like the longest time
Oh, wow.
throughout the whole
care.
movie. And it's just cute and fun and things like that, and it's something that my 9-year-old was actually able to sit through
Okay.
at the movies because we normally don't take him to the movies because he doesn't sit there.
Gotcha.
I mean, he saw Force Awakens in the theater, and he saw something else in Sing. He saw Sing in Christmas, and he's just like an hour in. He's like, "Can we go now?" I'm like,
I like
no.
Sing.
Sing was good, but I think it was just too long. It was long for a kids movie.
I do have to admit, I really
Someone-
like the animated movies that have been coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Really
So-
like them.
Someone described Sing as every single scene in Sing is fine for a movie trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's no
It's an
story
interesting way
there.
of looking at it. Let me ask
watch
this question:
interesting things.
have we seen any movies this summer that have just been bad? Have we seen any bad movies this summer?
I've seen bad TV episodes.
Well, I've
Black
seen
Mirror.
bad stuff I recorded, but
What's that?
Billy didn't catch it.
bad stuff I DVR'd, but nothing in the
No,
new movie category.
not in the-
Okay.
Toxic Shark yesterday.
Hey, I have all those on my DVR, including Five-Headed Shark Attack. Please,
Now, did anyone see
spoilers.
Dark Tower?
No.
no. I do want to.
Is that out now? Is
Yes,
that-
it
Yeah,
came out.
Thursday.
Okay.
I haven't even seen it yet, but I know it's gonna be Sharknado 4.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
God.
not even gonna start. I'm not even gonna watch it.
One I was
Anyway.
interested in watching that I just saw the preview a couple weeks ago was Kidnap with Halle Berry.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
Basically Taken, but
It's
with a woman.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's yeah.
Because Hollywood can't create their new stories.
They're out of ideas.
They had an original idea once, but it died of loneliness.
There's
Yeah. Okay, looking forward to stuff. What about the Hitman's Bodyguard?
Yes, a million times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams.
Samuel L. Jackson.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm throwing myself under the bus with this one. Ryan Williams is the name of a character that I played on a Star Trek role-playing game for like 6 or 7 years. So that name is ingrained in my head because it was a persona that I played out in a role-playing game. And so whenever I hear Ryan, I immediately think Williams. I don't stretch myself beyond anything else other than the
You
thing.
did it for 11 years. You weren't wearing a red shirt then, were you?
No, I was wearing. He started out as a blue shirt. He was a ship's doctor that worked his way up to fleet admiral of all things.
Just looking at the.
All right, so Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L.
Just
Jackson.
looking at the little blurb, this sounds just so bad, but it would have to watch it. It's Logan Lucky, trying to reverse a family curse. Brothers Jimmy Channing Tatum and Clyde Logan, Adam Driver,
Oh, I saw the trailer
set
for
out
this the other day.
to execute an elaborate robbery during the legendary Coca-Cola 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It looked just the whole thing looks everything bad, wrong that could possibly happen, but you'd have to watch it.
It's all about rednecks basically doing things that rednecks are prone to do. And
So they put
and,
it
and I love it in the
But I
trailer.
think I think
in the trailer, it says introducing Daniel Craig as this character who's in the movie, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to be so wonderfully horrible.
But it's like the Talladega Nights.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It seems to be under that auspices that you just.
Oh, speaking of that, I saw a trailer twice yesterday because I told you I went to two
Right.
movies.
Bad boy.
Daddy's Home
No.
2. I didn't know that there was a Daddy's
You
Home
didn't know the
1.
first one?
I
Mark-
saw the
But
first one.
This
Mark Wahlberg
movie
and Will
looks
Ferrell.
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
But
Well-
you'd have to watch it because it looks
I saw
like
the
it looks so
first
bad.
one. The ending kills you.
Is that a good kill or a
It
bad
might.
kill?
I don't know.
It legitimately might.
I saw the trailer for Blade Runner 2049.
That
yeah.
looks like it'll be good. That looks like it's
that
going to be
does look
good.
interesting.
And a bad admission, as much as I hated Daddy's Home 2, I do want to see Pitch Perfect 3.
Okay.
We're going.
They made
We're
it
going.
one. They made
Well-
a 1 and a 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was.
We're
I know
going.
they did.
There was a lot of.
My friend Sean
I'll watch.
won't go with me. We're going. Billy.
I'll watch Anna Kendrick. I mean, why
yeah.
not? Tight little tushy. But anyway,
Okay.
come on,
I'm calling her and telling her you
I
said
did like
that.
Up
Please
in the
do.
Air.
Yeah.
please do
If I
it.
could call her, I wouldn't be sitting here.
I just
Becca, you know my comment. You know the
Becca
one's
has
coming.
left this conversation.
Becca has not left the conversation. She's still in the damn
What
room.
other trailers did we see? Oh, we saw the trailer for It, the extended trailer.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be not one I'd go see.
Well, they weren't clowning around in that trailer.
Don't do this. Don't.
It went there. There it is.
Excuse me.
Oh my God, that was a collective groan. Yikes! Why do we keep you, Rob? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're the good-looking Beetle.
The comical,
That's
really.
the other movie thing I'll offer. Never give balloons to Queen Elsa. She just let them go.
Oh, Jesus!
I am in pain.
I have Advil. Do you need any?
I might just.
It's the kind of pain that Advil can't fix. It's the kind. All right. So what else is coming up?
I have no
Is there anything out there that we haven't seen yet that we want
Deadpool
to
2 is coming out this winter.
this winter?
Yes.
All right. And I know this
winter. Define winter.
in Rochester.
I
or
know
After
something?
September.
Yeah.
No,
Seriously.
I think I can't remember, but I know it's coming out like soon. It might be early 2018. I don't.
Kingsman.
Oh,
That
Kingsman.
looks good.
The Golden
Circle or something like
I
that?
still see the first one.
Right.
You have to
It's
see it.
so
that
fun.
movie.
I gotta
It's
find a way
fun.
I can see it.
I gotta see it.
Come on over. I think I got access to it somewhere.
Libraries have it.
Library.
What's
Library.
that? Let's
Justice
see.
League's coming out, obviously.
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah?
November.
I'll be
Thor
there.
Ragnarok in November.
The Lego Ninjago movie. Come on.
Okay. Sure.
I think I mentioned I saw. God, it's forgettable, but 47 meters down the shark movie.
Great. Just
You were
when we
talking
need
about
another
that the other
shark
day. I
movie.
remember that. We were you were mentioning
it was
that.
it wasn't a good movie, but God, it made me uncomfortable.
Mandy
I was,
Moore?
Yes. And she wasn't bad. I mean,
No, but
it was
it's
good
a shame
for what
to
it
see her in
was.
something like that.
It
'cause
was
I like her.
scary. It made me. I sat there going, "Why am I here? I'm sitting here just tensed up for the next hour and a half, and I don't want to be, but I was, and it was okay."
Okay.
So in November, we've got some good ones coming out. Of course, Thor Ragnarok and Billy's Daddy's Home 2, Justice League, and then for those Elsa fans, Olaf's Frozen Adventure is coming out also.
Get tickets now.
Yes.
Sell out.
And then December, what are we looking forward to in December?
Christmas.
Star Wars.
Becca had the right answer.
Thank you, Becca. Zach, you're fired.
I haven't seen
Last Jedi, December 15th.
2 movies behind in the Star Wars.
Are you?
But what was the
And
running
Billy,
joke?
Billy Pitch Perfect 3, December 22nd.
Thank you.
And the $6 billion man.
$6 billion? Is it
Six-
is it a comedy
Oh, that's
version or a
inflation.
real version?
Because it's through inflation.
I'll probably
they
go
can't do
anyway.
it
$6
for
billion. It's Steve Austin.
Okay, as long as it doesn't
Do we know
star
who's in it?
Will Ferrell or
Stone
Adam
Cold.
Sandler, I'm in.
There's actually a documentary where they actually make a human cyborg
I don't know.
thing.
Doesn't look like it's been casted yet.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg is Steve Austin.
So it could go either way. 'Cause he
Yay.
makes comedies.
Because he wants to make a good
usually
movie after
unintentionally.
Daddy's Home 2?
Maybe after he's trying to break out of the Transformers rut.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the thing about Mark Wahlberg is that he can act. He can.
Yeah,
When he
he's
puts
not
his mind,
a bad actor.
he's not a bad actor. But then but also he's not afraid to be in these idiot movies just to get a paycheck. He's okay with that. So
Okay, well, in January, there's another Kate Beckinsale movie.
I don't even care what it is. It's Kate Beckinsale. I'm going to go
Is
see
she in
it.
Then I'm in.
Yeah.
Underworld Blood Wars.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. I haven't even seen the last one yet.
I've
How
seen a
many
couple
are
of
there now? 4 or 5?
I think there's 5 of them, and there's
Five,
one
I
of them
think.
where it went like flashback to prequel kind of
Yeah.
era, like when it all started. And Rona Mitra
I-
played the heroine in
I
that
haven't
one.
seen any past 3.
Ooh, Rona Mitra, I can watch that.
Oh, wait, that was January 2017. Come on. Never mind.
I was gonna
Blood
say,
Wars has already been out.
Damn it.
All right, so we'll have to catch up. I have to find that one then.
Well, January it should be out on DVD now.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it might
it
be on
is.
Netflix.
I think I maybe even watched
I
it.
thought this was
I don't know.
2018. Damn it.
They have a rule every time they make a Resident Evil movie, they have to make an Underworld movie.
Hold on.
you
let
know
me
what?
go-
I think that's true. That's what it
Upcoming movies,
feels like.
2018. Now I actually looked at the thing. Damn it.
All right.
Okay, let's get into now that we've got to past
Oh,
December and
here's
Star
a great.
Wars.
While you're looking for stuff to talk about,
Tomb Raider.
I read this great anecdote. I read it to Tanya yesterday, but I don't know if it's urban legend or not. But apparently, one of the best lines from the Thor Ragnarok trailer, where he yells, "It's I know him. He's a friend from work," was actually inspired on set at the moment that they were working on it by a young person. I don't know if it was a young man or young woman
From the Make-A-Wish?
from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They were getting their wish by being on set to see a Marvel movie in action, and so they were there, and this cancer patient just came up with it and fired it off, and they had such a great time with it. They decided to shoot the scene where Thor yells out, "I know him. He's a friend from work." So your wish really kind of took a life of its own at that point. I thought that was a great.
That
If that
wouldn't
story,
shock me.
If that,
It
if that's
doesn't
true,
shock
They
me
better
at all.
give the kid a writing credit.
Knowing the Marvel crew, if they hear a good idea, they're going to jump on it,
Yeah.
and I think the story behind it is great. So I'm hoping that's a true story, and if
Yeah,
it is, it
that'd
makes
be
it
cool.
even cooler.
Okay, now I have the 2018.
Tell me
movie
the
releases.
2018. Okay.
Now I'm.
You're all set over there?
Back to, yes, it's been a long weekend.
No,
Yes,
and it's only Sunday.
I know. Well, they were listening to this on Wednesday,
Wednesday.
but yeah. Not really much in January that's like jumping out and grabbing us. I'm like Insidious Chapter 4.
I don't.
God, I haven't even seen 3 yet.
Insidious.
Cloverfield in February. Cloverfield 2017.
Yes. Love Cloverfield.
Maze Runner, The Death Cure, and for those on a different note, 50 Shades Freed,
Yes.
Oh, goody.
Finally.
and then Black Panther.
Okay.
There we
Yes.
go.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that one the
There
other
we
day.
go.
Let's see, March, Tomb Raider. Then Billy's Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yay.
Let's see, Sherlock Gnomes. That must be a Romeo and Juliet one
Oh,
from.
goody.
Oh no.
Sweet.
I like the Romeo and Juliet.
Burn it.
Too bad Tom
Becca,
Bosley's
don't mince
not
words. How
around.
do you really feel over there?
Ready Player One, if people have read the book.
Uh-huh.
That looks interesting. I'd have to go read the book. Then April, so that was all March. April is X-Men: The New Mutants.
That's a movie?
Yeah. Let me click it.
Interessante.
They scarred Apocalypse
let's
for life in
see.
the last one. Oh,
Maisie Williams is Wolfsbane in it.
Okay, yeah, I see that. They're typecasting her as Arya Stark basically as a mutant now. Okay, good.
Okay. The rest of them, I'm not sure. Let's see. Then May, Avengers: Infinity War,
Okay.
and Star Wars: Han Solo.
Ooh. So it should be a good year next year.
June, Deadpool 2.
Tool.
I don't know. He is a tool.
Deadpool's tool?
Deadpool's Tool.
Is that coming out?
That's a
through,
porn parody, I think.
Marvel or Vivid?
Seriously.
No, I believe Deadpool's still with Fox.
No, I don't know. Never mind,
It's
Becca.
good that you didn't get that
Yeah,
joke.
seriously, my sweet Becca, stay as naive as possible, dear.
Really?
Should I leave?
Overboard.
you have to watch Deadpool in the theater because Cable's going to be in it.
There you go. Yeah, there's gonna be
They're redoing an Overboard movie.
really.
Yes.
Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell movie?
Yes,
Yes.
the story will focus on a spoiled playboy from one of Mexico's wealthiest families who falls overboard off his yacht.
Who's
He's
going to be in
then,
it?
Eugenio Derbez and Anna Faris.
No.
See, now this is a
she
movie
not
that should have
supposed to
had the
work?
two people from Valerian in it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't. No.
I like you know to,
I like
to
the
swing
first one.
to swing back around to that comment. I like Cara Delevingne. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. I'll admit that. So if I had slaughtered it, I'm sorry. So but yeah, I don't think she is dynamic. I don't know. She's more into kind of like just being stoic.
Now then,
Than romantic.
so in June 1st is Deadpool 2.
Uh-huh.
Then June 9th and 10th, it's not a movie, but it's the Flower City Comic Con.
Okay.
So there's no movies coming out that week except for like Ocean's 8. Is that kind of like Ocean's 11, 12,
Could be a
27,
prequel.
whatever?
Could be a prequel.
A prequel to the
I'm not
sequel.
sure type thing. So that weekend, there's no new movies
Well, that's
coming
yeah,
out.
because we
so
called Hollywood and said, hey.
yes, so it's Flower City Comic Con. And then the following weekend is The Incredibles 2. We have been waiting 75 years
God, it feels
for
like
the
it, doesn't
second
it?
Incredibles movie.
The best Fantastic Four movie made so far.
Yes. Yeah, that's it exactly. Absolutely. And I know you and I have talked about that before, and we're in full
I
agreement that
cannot wait.
The Incredibles
Samuel
is
Jackson is Frozone.
again.
And then Holly Hunter is Elastigirl. Mm-hmm. Those are the two that have actually been cast so far.
Okay.
Who was the Mr. Incredible? Was it
Craig
Craig T.
T.
Nelson?
Craig T. Nelson.
Coach.
Yep.
So then
He's still alive, right?
Believe so.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
And there's another Saw movie coming out, I guess.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I-
no, I've
if
heard
they
about
saw that, I saw that.
I saw what you did there.
There it is.
I didn't even realize that. But I've got you guys at least through June for movies. And
Billy,
then,
Billy Jack Horseman, how are we doing on time over there?
Let's click here and speak.
About 50
Tanya brought
minutes.
up FC3, but remember, in the very, very near future,
Oh, yes, in September.
we have the Minicon happening at Grease Ridge Mall, right?
Coming up.
So if you go see two movies, you sneak into one, and then
Then come on out and
Yeah,
join the
come
convention.
out,
We're going to be in the same
Actually,
hallway.
it's right in that hallway.
Yep, it's going to be in the same hallway at Grease Ridge Center Mall. So that's what, the 23rd and 24th of September?
September, yes.
September 23rd, 24th, FC3 Mini, a good old-fashioned collectible comic book convention. And it's going to be right there at the Grease Ridge Center Mall during mall hours.
Yep.
All right,
The
and we're
mall
going.
gets too packed for it. I live across the street. You can park on my lawn for a small fee.
There you go.
Well,
It's $50 an hour, right?
And
Yeah,
it's perfect. You can go in
100
and
an
see
axle.
Kingsman, The Golden Circle.
Okay.
That's the movie that comes out on the 22nd.
I am looking forward to that one.
and then come
There you
out
go. It works
and
perfectly.
or go to the Minicon and then go into the movie.
We have to wear a nice suit and glasses.
So there you go. So
and
that's
Kingsman.
coming out in September is Kingsman, The Golden Circle, and then come visit us at a Minicon.
Very nice. I like that way that
So how
segue
much time
welded
were we
into.
at?
We're at 49 minutes.
49 minutes is a nice place to wrap it up. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and...
Because I'm going to
and
lose it.
Thank you for hanging out with us as always. For everybody in the studio, this is your host. This is Chris. And for Billy, Tanya, Ian, Becca, Zach, and Rob. Thanks for hanging out with us. This has been Monkey Business, a product of the Mighty Monkey Corporation. Producers and purveyors of the Flower City Comic Con coming at you June 9th and 10th, 2018. And sooner than that, September 23rd and 24th of 2017 at the Grease Ridge Center Mall. Come enjoy FC3 Mini and see what we got up our sleeves. We will see you again. We'll see you again soon, and have a great day.